it is time to install the girts. Now you can see over to your side that I have already installed a few of them. I wanted to get my process down and make it a little more clear. I couldn't actually find a great video on how to do this, so hopefully this will help someone out in the future. I am sticking with the method to reduce mechanical fastenings as much as possible. I'm doing that by doing mortise and tenon joints into the posts, which you see here. So this is a structural post that holds up the roof. This next one back is not structural. It is a vertical girt. It's simply there to provide somewhere for the horizontal girt to land, and in turn the siding to attach to. So I've done 3 bays. We have a lot of more bays to go. So let's get started. In this case, we're using this jig in order to run the router through. And the bottom of the pocket needs to be there, and it'll be 3/4 inches back based on the jig. Apparently I need a new battery. And we're going to use the adjustment plate again. So our mortise comes in here, and this 3/4 inch thickness times 3 vertically times 3 on the other end give us that strength to not rip out the beam. Looking good so far. So we got to cut the length. Now I've got to cut the little pocket on the outside edge in order to get everything lined up. Beautiful. There she is. Got that pocket ready up there. I took the measurement. It's 120 3/8 from the bottom. So 120 3/8. Well, we're ready to start putting some of the mortises in a couple of the vertical girts. These two specifically will be for the left and right side of a window, which will go into that bay over there. That is the entire process for every single one of these beams, just like that. Mark it, put the jig on there, route it out, cut the corners out with the chisel, and so on and so forth. I've got a couple of hundred to go, so I'll get you back when we start putting this stuff together. All right, well, that's a whole lot of extra work to get a board ready, but I hadn't planed that one originally, so we just went ahead and did it on site down here with the hand planer. Came out pretty good. We got a little bit of bark on here, but for where this is going to go, we'll put this out and up so that it won't be visible, it won't be a problem. I'm using those 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch blades, so when the blade is flush with the plate, I know it's 3/4 inch deep. Beautiful. So our next two beams, our posts in this case, they actually tie into the bottom of that beam, are these two. I've done 80% of the mortises to them, but we got to get them cut down to length, and then we'll take them over there and we'll get an exact measurement and cut the final length once we've actually put them in place and kind of made sure we're happy with where they're at. So I was able to use this side of it to give me this side of the mortise, and then I had it the other direction, which is that way. And that gives me a perfect 3/4 inch on this side, a perfect 3/4 inch on this side, and a perfect 3/4 inch deep. All right, we got both our mortises cut in the bottom of this. So this should be hopefully the last time I have to put it back up. That was there. Good cushion. Perfect. Okay. Now we need to lay out a tenon on the end of this, and then we'll use the router to basically remove the material. All right, let's go give this guy a check fit. So she looks pretty good, pretty happy with that. All right, looking good. Progress. 62 and a 16. 62 and a 16. Oh yeah, right there. 62 and a 16. So we're cutting the mortises, but they're open mortises because the one side is open. We need to put the mortises in both of these, or 2 on this board and 2 on this board. Those are the vertical supports. We're going to do this by hand, which is not fun, but sometimes it's what we got to do. So we'll start off with about 3/8, maybe. Well, there you have it. All mortise and tenon, some open mortises, some closed. So the way we're holding all of these girts in place, the horizontals and verticals, is by drilling at a 45, approximately a 45 with a Forstner bit, and then driving a wooden peg in. These are open mortises. This outer edge doesn't have something to captivate this, which means this just slides right out. So by putting in that peg at an angle, even if it's only a ½ inch or so into the vertical, or 3/4 to an inch in my case, it still gives enough strength to where that it can't slide backwards. Once the hole's in there, I'm using a little quick and thick tight bond. Mostly because it's cold outside, so this stuff has chemicals in it that make it cure faster. And now, that can't come out.
I really couldn't find much on YouTube about how to do this girt installation without using mechanical fastenings, so this is the method I came up with. Well, this is going to wrap this one up. Hope you guys got a lot out of this, hope you enjoyed. And until next time, thanks for watching.